Well, soon you can store all your academic certificates digitally. A national academic depository for school certificates, degrees and academic awards will be operationalized within the next 3 months, when students and employers can access the verified documents digitally. How will this benefit you? Let's take a look.
A national academic depository on the lines of a securities depository is set to come up in the next 3 months to digitally store school learning certificates, degrees and other academic awards of institutions of higher education. The depository would be established and operationalized and will be rolled out throughout the country in 2017-2018. The Finance Minister's budget speech in February had incorporated the commitment to establish a digital depository for school learning certificates, degrees and other academic awards of higher education institutions on the pattern of a securities depository. The decision aims at bringing another dimension and enhancement of the vision of Digital India. The National Academic Depository would be operationalized by NSDL and the CDSL. Academic institutions would be responsible for the authenticity of data digitally uploaded by them into the system. The depositories will ensure the integrity of the data in the NAD. The NAD will register educational institutions, boards, eligibility assessment bodies, students and other users, such as verifying entities like banks, employer companies, government agencies and academic institutions. NAD will verify academic awards online on the same day of request initiated by any authorized user. This decision will play an important role in boosting the Digital India initiative. Bureau Report, DD News.
और हमारे तमाम सवालों के और हमारी जिज्ञासाओं को शांत करने के लिए हमारे साथ दिनेश के त्यागी जी जुड़े हुए हैं। दिनेश जी, सबसे पहला सवाल यही कि अभी इसके गठन को सिर्फ मंजूरी दी गई है और आने वाले 3 महीनों में ये सुचारू रूप से काम कर पाएगा। किस तरह से नेशनल ये जो नैड है वो काम करेगा, साथ ही किस तरह से सभी जो शैक्षिक संस्थान है वो इसके दायरे में आ पाएंगे?
इसका मेन उद्देश्य तो यह है कि जो एकेडमिक रिकॉर्ड्स हैं, जो मार्कशीट और सर्टिफिकेट्स विच आर इशूड बाय स्कूल्स, कॉलेज, यूनिवर्सिटीज, वो एक जगह अवेलेबल होंगे एंड पीपल विल बी एबल टू एक्सेस दोज रिकॉर्ड्स आइदर फॉर द यूज ऑफ देयर एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन, उसके लिए या किसी और काम के लिए उसको अपना बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट के लिए, बर्थ वेरिफिकेशन के लिए देना है, तो ही कैन टेक ए हाई स्कूल रिकॉर्ड फ्रॉम दैट प्लेस एंड गेट इट वेरीफाइड.
Will private universities be part of this initiative, or only the government schools or colleges would be the part of this NAD initiative?
No, every university, this includes all in any case. Government will be the first priority because government is the biggest in terms of number of generation. But then other universities also can participate. It's basically a repository for all the records of all the
way the stocks are recorded in your NSDL or CDSL account, that's the stocks in a depository format. In the same manner, your digital certificates would be in digital format. That's in a simple language, you want to say that?
Absolutely.
सर, लेकिन हम इसके साथ एक छात्र कैसे जुड़ सकता है? मान लीजिए, क्योंकि मैं दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी की छात्रा हूँ, लेकिन मेरे लिए शायद आसान हो सकता है, लेकिन कोई गुरु जम्बेश्वर यूनिवर्सिटी जो कि हिसार में है उसका छात्र है, वो इसके जरिए किस तरह से जुड़ पाएगा? हमने जैसे कि पढ़ा है कि आधार के जरिए, और क्या क्या दस्तावेजों की जरूरत होगी नैड से जुड़ने के लिए छात्रों को?
The records will be given by institutions. जो institutions हैं वो अपने record deposit करेंगी. The beneficiary जो students हैं वो they can access those records and they will be able to access for whatever purpose, or they can enable somebody to access the record.
Username और password
देख, और and they can access, they can take a copy of it and they can print and give in case somebody is required to get a print copy of that. Today what happens if your records are lost, then you still have to apply. That application form of record loss will disappear because the record is in a repository. I can go and put my number and then access the record and try and give it to the user who want to use. I can give to employer if I need an employment, or I can give to an institution which I get higher admission for higher college.
दिनेश जी, अरुण बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग बात सर कह रहे हैं, क्योंकि दिनेश जी कई बार हम अखबारों में पढ़ते हैं, कई बार आजकल तो व्हाट्सएप और फेसबुक पे भी लिखा हुआ आता है कि फला बंदे का जो है वो सर्टिफिकेट्स खो गया और वो बेचारा परेशान हो रहा है कि मेरे सर्टिफिकेट्स खो गए, डुप्लीकेट है, फिर फॉर्जरी का भी मकसद है। लेकिन इसमें एक चीज और समझने की कोशिश करना चाहती हूँ, क्योंकि लगातार हम इस मंच से लोगों को फाइनेंशियली लिटरेट करने की और आर्थिक मुद्दों को समझाने की चेष्टा करते हैं कि अटेस्टेशन कि हमेशा हम जब कॉलेज में, मुझे अपने कॉलेज के दिन याद है, आपको जगह जगह गेजेटेड ऑफिसर से एक थप्पा लगवाना है क्योंकि आप वहां पर डुप्लीकेट सबमिट करते हैं। तो क्या अटेस्टेशन के झंझट से भी मुक्ति मिल पाएगी?
बिल्कुल सही बोला आपने। हमारे तो प्रधानमंत्री ने भी बोला है कि attestation in any case,
no need for attestation
syndrome should disappear. NAD is actually a step in the direction of removing attestation syndrome, where everybody has to attest. You go to a school, आपने जो ऐसा example दिया, आप स्कूल में जाइए, कागज दीजिए, फिर भी वो ये कहता है, you're standing in front of him, attest करा के लाइए. So you keep on attesting yourself all the time in life. NAD will help in overcoming those issues which have been traditionally into the system.
Okay.
Creating.
But Mr. Tyagi, from the news point, is the infrastructure ready? Because you are the CEO from CSC. When can we expect this infrastructure to be ready, whereby all the schools will start issuing this digitally, all the certificates, all your results, your mark sheet? So when can we expect it to be reality?
Most of the institutions, the certificates are actually in the digital format.
Okay.
Most of the, like CBSE, we've been in touch with them. Most of the records, even historical records, are in the in the digital format. You need to create a storage and access formulation. So the NAD will enable these to store, safeguard, secure, and then cloud and access to the identified users. That is what NAD will do. Except in few cases where the state government may not have digitized the historical record. The recent records, in any case, most of the places from 2000 onwards are digitized. But the historical record they can digitize, because the government of India has also a program of digitization. There is a portal called Digitize India Portal, which enables all the records to digitize through crowdsourcing mechanism.
Okay, there one more thing. NSDL and CDSL, now these are the two depositories. So will the student or anybody who wants a certificate would have to make a username or user account, or the colleges or schools will be enabling this account to the students? So what will be the procedure on that part?
College and the issuer department is the owner of the records. Because they are the one who are certifying. They are digitally signing and storing it. Security and safety is built into the structure of the issuer department. The user will be able to access through either an Aadhaar, if the Aadhaars are integrated into each of the documents. If the Aadhaar is seeded into each of the document, then you can access to an Aadhaar. We simplify life of everybody. Till the Aadhaar is not, then you of course create a user ID and a password.
Is it similar to digital locker, which Prime Minister also spoke about when he announced about the Digital India initiative? So digital locker is something whereby you can keep all your information like PAN card, Aadhaar card, every document you can store it digitally. So is it in that direction only? It's similar to digital locker also?
It is true that it's similar, but digital locker is a little wider concept. It covers all kind of records. It also enables people to keep their own records in addition to institutions keeping the record. NAD only create to the institutions because of the security and sanctity and the digital signing of this. The digital locker enables even individuals to put their records.
सर कहीं ना कहीं इससे जो एक हमेशा से फॉर्जरी यानी कि फर्जीवाड़े का हमेशा से दिमाग में रहता है कि डिग्रियां फॉर्ज की जाती हैं, उसमें तो लगाम लगेगी ही, लेकिन ऑनलाइन पोर्टफोलियो क्रिएट करने से क्या छात्रों को आगे जाकर रोजगार मुहैया कराने में भी मदद मिलेगी? कहीं ना कहीं इससे इसको भी फायदा मिलने की उम्मीद है?
थोड़ा easy हो, see it becomes little easy for a person to then apply to various places and don't keep photocopy or attested copy. Attested copy also has a problem, only class 1 officer can attest. See, people don't find a class 1 officer, especially the lower middle class and the lower people doesn't have attested person available to them. So it's a safeguard and save their life in terms of filling application form, enable them to apply in large places.
All right, Dinesh Tyagi, we are getting lots of tweets and emails for you, to answer. Let's take a look as to what people want to know about it. We have email from...
पहला ट्वीट है हमारे पास महेश दिमुंडे का. आइए देख लेते हैं कि वो ट्वीट में क्या जानना चाहते हैं. सर, उनका सवाल ये है कि डिजिटल इंडिया किस तरह से, अगर हम देखें, चाहे हम नैड की बात कर ले या फिर और जो उसके आगे एक्सटेंशंस हैं, किस तरह से वो गांव में अपनी उपस्थिति दर्ज करा के विकास ला सकते हैं.
And also to add something, India is not digitally very much literate. Let's not talk about Delhi or the NCR, the metro cities. Let's talk about some village in Shikwabad, UP, or maybe some village in Bangalore, Karnataka over there. There are people who have not seen computers till today. So how will government ensure that this initiative or the NAD actually reach there and reach the ultimate beneficial people living in the far-flung areas as well?
See, government's program of digital literacy, which has so far covered about 50 lakh people. They're all in villages. They're all people of various classes or poorer. There are deaf and dumb. There are banjaras who've been, there are nomads who've been also trained in digital literacy. There are people backward class people from Gaya in Bihar who have never seen a computer or not a mouse. They learned computers. So digital literacy is enabling people to learn.
Okay.
Government has also announced in the last budget that 6 crore people in 3 years will be made digital literate.
Okay.
So you are enabling, your question that you are enabling people to learn the basic digital literacy program, means they can use computing devices, how to use them, what make use of them.
So on one side you're creating awareness, literacy, and on the other side you are providing these kind of platform where people can actually use these kind of initiatives.
बिल्कुल. और अरुण, दिनेश जी पहले भी शो पर आ चुके हैं हमारे साथ एक बार, डिजिटल इंडिया पर ही हम चर्चा कर रहे थे और तब भी हमने ये चर्चा की थी कि किस तरह से व्हाट्सएप के जरिए भी जो पंचायत के जो सरपंच हैं वो गांव में किस तरह से विकास हो रहा है उसकी तरह से ग्रुप बनाकर वो जानना चाहते हैं.
Everybody is on WhatsApp nowadays. I mean, everybody is
के जरिए आप बहुत इजीली आप पहचान सकते हैं कि वहां पर किस तरह से काम हो रहा है. सरकार कहीं ना कहीं जो भी वो एक आम इंसान है या फिर मुख्य धारा से जोड़ने की जो कोशिश है उसमें काफी काम कर रही है. और आइए आगे बढ़ लेते हैं अगले ट्वीट की तरफ. आइए अरुण देखते हैं कि अगला ट्वीट
सत्या सुंदर I think has tweeted us and let's take a look as to what he has to ask. And he says, will National Optical Fiber Network project connect all Gram Panchayat and Nagarpalika in how many years? Now Amal Sawant basically has tweeted this. By what time can we expect this National Optical Fiber? I think, are we running on time as far as this optical fiber network is concerned?
There have been some constraints, but I think about 1 lakh kilometer of optical fiber has been laid. There are about more than 10,000 panchayats.
When can we expect all the Gram Panchayats to be connected by
2017, and I think we should be able to get most of the Gram Panchayats connected through optical fiber.
Sure,
that's a very ambitious project, and it has challenges because of the geography and the state support system. But I think they are being overcome to a great extent in trying extending that.
Alright,
अगला ट्वीट अब सत्या का ही है. आइए देखते हैं कि सत्या क्या सवाल करना चाहते हैं. शायद वो हाई स्कूल से रिलेटेड कुछ सवाल पूछना चाहते थे ट्वीट के जरिए. आइए देखते हैं कि सत्या सुंदर का सवाल ट्वीट के जरिए क्या है. सर ये जानना चाहते हैं कि किस तरह से फंक्शनिंग कर पाएगा नैड अगर हम हाई स्कूल लेवल की बात करें तो, जहां तक मुझे समझ में आता है.
इवन हाई स्कूल, और अगर हाई स्कूल का डिग्री और हाई स्कूल का सर्टिफिकेट और मार्कशीट आर रेलेवेंट, which are in many cases the state boards, so they will also be deposited in the NAD thing, and they can be also accessed by people.
चलिए, तो हाई स्कूल है चाहे
कॉलेज है चाहे यूनिवर्सिटीज है.
अगला ट्वीट है अरुण, आई देख लेते हैं कि राजीव कुमार का ट्वीट है और राजीव क्या सवाल करना चाहते हैं ट्वीट के जरिए. उनका सवाल है सर कि जो पुरानी डिग्रियां हैं यानी कि मान लीजिए 1960 में, क्या उनको भी हम इसके तहत डिपॉजिट कर सकते हैं, और विल ऑल द बोर्ड्स एंड यूनिवर्सिटीज मैंडेटरी मेक अवेलेबल, क्या ये सभी बोर्ड्स और यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं इस तरह की सुविधा को आप तक पहुंचा पाएंगी या नहीं?
It has to be. All the board and all the universities has to participate in the process of NAT, then only it will become effective. So the idea is to create one uniform access portal where all the universities and the boards will do. As I said, many boards and universities like CBSE has all the digitized record, even historical data. Some universities and boards may not have historical data digitized, but then there is a process and there is an enabling framework in the government कि all these ये सब records और marksheets जो है digitize की जा सकती है.
So if in case I want my certificates of high school or maybe 10th standard, 12th standard, do I have to go to my school and ask them that please provide my certificates digitally via this NAD initiative, if in case it's implemented in next 3 months? So do I have to go there, and what is the procedure for that? If in case I want the historic data maybe of my 10th standard, of my high school level, so what is the procedure for that?
No, you don't have to go to the school at all. That is the beauty. You don't have to go to school anywhere because NAD will try and create an access, but you have a reference point. You should have a roll number or year of passing, and then you put the small basic data, some metadata you have to fill in, and with metadata will fetch the actual records, and based on record you will be able to get an access.
बहुत अहम सवाल तुमने अरुण किया कि सर जैसे हम लोग तो पुराने पास आउट्स हैं, तो जरूरी है कि हमारा जो स्कूल होगा या यूनिवर्सिटी है, मान लीजिए आने वाले जो बच्चे हैं या फिर आने वाले जो छात्र छात्राएं हैं उनके लिए काफी आसान होगा क्योंकि नया सेशन होगा, पर जो पुराने बच्चे हैं या जो लोग पास आउट कर चुके हैं उनके लिए सिर्फ आपने जैसे कहा कि सिर्फ अगर अपना रोल नंबर बता दें, चाहे वो 10th 12th का हो या फिर यूनिवर्सिटी में जब एग्जाम दिया हो, तो हम इसके साथ जुड़ पाएंगे.
बिल्कुल, आपने बिल्कुल सही बोला. सम metadata features will be captured, and like maybe board name, maybe your name, and maybe the roll number and the year of passing. If you these basic parameters you put it, you'll be able to fetch the record.
All right, one more thing, Mr. Tyagi. We'll have to slip into a short commercial break, but then before that, I want to ask you something. There are many entrance exams like CAT, MAT, GMAT, IEEE examinations. So all these entrance examinations, mark sheet or whatever you call it, the result sheet, can we avail these result sheets into our NAD account? Is that a possibility, or only the school certificates?
Presently, the school and college certificate, but the those are, see, the scope is very wide depending on the emerging needs of the community and the citizens.
So
all that
is the government planning to go ahead in the
presently it caters to the needs of only universities and colleges and school boards.
यही मेरा सवाल जहन में था कि इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की जो है वो कितनी ज्यादा बेहतर जरूरत होगी, लेकिन इस सवाल को हम लेंगे एक छोटे से ब्रेक के बाद। आपके ट्वीट और जीमेल हमारे पास लगातार आ रहे हैं, ट्वीट और जीमेल करते रहिए। अगर आपके जहन में नैट से जुड़ा कोई सवाल है, आप साथ ही देखते रहिए हमारा खास सेगमेंट इकोनॉमी टुडे।
Losing a lot on transaction fees? Become a member of the BSE and pay 99% less. BSE, experience the new.
Sensex is sensational. Is the darling of everyone. I am Vallabh Bansali. I've been associated with the BSE since 1981. Come, feel the financial pulse of the nation.
S&P BSE Sensex, India's index, the world tracks.
To benchmark against Sensex is to benchmark against 30 best Indian companies. I am Dinesh Thakkar. I am associated with BSE since 1987. Come, feel the financial pulse of the nation.
S&P BSE Sensex, India's index, the world tracks.
The mood of the nation is always in tandem with Sensex. I am Ketan Marwadi and have been associated with BSE since 1990. Come, feel the financial pulse of the nation.
S&P BSE Sensex, India's index, the world tracks.
Increase your playing field. Introducing S&P BSE 100, India's most broad-based derivatives traded index.
India's fastest currency derivatives exchange is here. BSE CDX, powered by Bolt Plus.
ब्रेक के बाद आप सभी का स्वागत है हमारे खास सेगमेंट इकोनॉमी टुडे में, और हमारे साथ दिनेश त्यागी जी जुड़े हुए हैं। दिनेश जी, अगला ट्वीट लेने से पहले मेरा एक सवाल ये है, क्या सभी स्कूल या फिर यूनिवर्सिटीज के पास वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर रेडी है, या फिर वहां पर भी कुछ चुनौतियां हैं नैट को स्थापित करने के लिए?
Most of the schools, as I said, boards, this is actually related to the board. The board ही देता है सर्टिफिकेट, स्कूल तो नहीं देता है। The board and universities, उनके पास ज्यादातर even state universities has this infrastructure to create digitized format. Then they have to only upload digital creation of digital record, e-signing of the record, and then creating into the NSDL depository for storage. These features do exist, so there is no infrastructure challenge in order to make it really functional. And that's it.
Sure.
All right, let's now take a look as to what I mean. We have tweets and Gmails which have come in. Let's take a look as to what Sumit has to ask via Gmail. And all right,
ये वही सवाल दोबारा से है, क्या क्या
old degrees will also be available like 1960. I think we have taken this query. Now let's take a look as to what Sumit और महेश
सुमित का मिश्रा का ट्वीट है, और ये सर जानना चाहते हैं कि नैड कितना ज्यादा सुरक्षित है अगर जब हम बात करते हैं साइबर क्राइम्स की, हैकिंग या इस तरह की मिसचिफ ना हो जाए, जिसकी वजह से जो सुरक्षित की हम बात करें, दावे कर रहे हैं।
I mean, according to me, everything is safe. According to me, everything is unsafe as far as cyber security is concerned. If you hack it, you hack it. If you can't hack it, you can't hack it. If people can hack account of Arvind Subramaniam, who is the chief economic advisor, the Twitter account, anything can happen. But actually, is it really safe as far as the cyber security is concerned?
Our experience of the CSDL and NSDL holding depository shows that security features are very high level. As you say, security is a concept where you can't have indefinite boundaries.
When SBI accounts, the ATMs can be.
I think most of the latest technology features in terms of building security will be built into the same system, and the two organizations are competent to handle that part of the work.
Mr. Tyagi, is there any difference between NSDL and CDSL? I mean, is there any kind of difference? Because if in case I want my account, the certificates in CDSL account, is there any benefit for that? And is there any kind of fee which is NSDL or CDSL will be asking for this deposit or anything like that?
Those commercial details will work out, because in any case these are two commercial organizations. The government will do. So maybe the institutions has to provide or the user has to provide, but those details will work out as the system evolves.
But people will have to pay if in case the NSDL or CDSL, they're doing a depository for that.
people have to, if they access, or the institution which access, maybe the bank access a degree or a diploma, or a private bank or a private institution, they'll have to pay some fees to them.
अगला ट्वीट भी हमारे पास महेश्वर साहू का है. क्या पूछना चाहते हैं महेश्वर साहू, आइए देखते हैं. सर, इनका भी सवाल यही है दिनेश जी की.
So sir, how can I get the benefit of NAD if I am ex-student? What is the procedure? All right, we all are ex-student and we all are asking the same thing, that what is the procedure if in case your school is providing that infrastructure for the same, you can obviously ask for the digital certificate, or in case you have to wait for maybe next 2 to 3 months when it will be effectively be available all across the universities. All the boards will be giving this digital certificate. Let's also take as to, do we have any other emails?
Gmail है हमारे पास असीम का. असीम सर ये जानना चाहते हैं दिनेश जी की आप क्या फर्क है NAD और डिजिटल लॉकर में, कितना ज्यादा हम इसमें डिफरेंशिएट कर सकते हैं?
As I mentioned, the NAD is basically for the educational purposes. Digital locker covers a large gamut of certificates, your records, your depository, your land record copy, all that you can keep it. So digital locker is a wider concept, as the NAD restrict itself only to use of एजुकेशन सर्टिफिकेट.
सर, डिजिटल लॉकर जब अनावरण किया गया था, क्या लगता है कि जितना सक्सेस हमने वहां देखा है, अभी आप देख रहे हैं कि काफी लोग डिजिटाइज फॉर्म में लॉकर्स की तरफ काफी आकर्षित हो रहे हैं, क्योंकि कोई भी भारी भरकम फाइल लेकर जाना नहीं चाहता. जिस तरह से यही सिनेरियो जो है हम NAD से भी उम्मीद कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि बात वही है कि आपको पूरा एक फाइल मेंटेन करना पड़ता है. बाई चांस आप कहीं जा रहे हैं, फिजिकल फॉर्म में उस फाइल को प्रेजेंट रखना, हमेशा प्रमाणित करवाना, सत्यापित करवाना काफी मुश्किल लगता है.
NAD will be a little easier because NAD, the relationship with stakeholders is very easy to build in. In digital locker, the stakeholders are many. So NAD will be very effective because university boards and the NSDL has to only build a relationship.
Also, Mr. Tyagi, I mean, we'll take an email, but one query from my side as well. If somebody wants to apply abroad, maybe Dubai, USA, Russia, Japan, if in case they want to apply for some kind of job, can they send their certificates online by NSDL, CDSL with respect to that? Can they send it to USA and apply there, or is there something else for that?
Sure. This will also actually largely help and benefit people who go abroad. So today the process is very cumbersome. You go to the college, you go to the state, and then you go to the center, and then you try and get verified. You keep on running up and down. It takes hell of a time for people.
Is there any standard benchmark? I mean, will the universities or the companies in other countries, maybe USA, Japan, Russia, will they be accepting this kind of formats? Are they ready for that?
Once it's a government supported program, the sanctity of this is far more acceptable than any other system.
चलिए अगला जीमेल ले लेते हैं. अनीश अली का जीमेल है. चलिए जानना चाहते हैं कि क्या इस प्रोग्राम को कॉमन सर्विस सेंटर्स से भी जोड़ा जाएगा, ताकि अब जो लोग इसके बारे में जागरूक नहीं हैं और अगर वो जानना चाहते हैं, समझना चाहते हैं वीजा ऑफिसर्स के जरिए या फिर कह सकते हैं कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंट्स के जरिए, ताकि लोग इसे बेहतर तरीके से समझ पाएं.
डेफिनेटली कॉमन सर्विस सेंटर तो एक्सेस पॉइंट है सिटीजन को एक्सेस करने के लिए वेरियस सर्विसेज. दिस इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द सर्विसेज. सिटीजन who cannot access himself and want to access through an assisted format, common service center will be utilized for the same purpose.
All right, do we have Rahul's tweet now? Let's take a look what Rahul has to ask as far as this tweet is concerned. Well, Rahul's it's about some UPSC
इंटरलिंक के बारे में वो जानना चाहते हैं कि क्या UPSC को भी से will UPSC
all right, the same question, the MAT, CAT, all these examinations, will that be linked?
But they don't issue any certificate.
Yeah, they just issue roll number.
They use the certificate.
Yes.
So UPSC and MPSC will be users. Actually, these organizations will use the NAD for the purpose of assessing the qualification criteria of an individual student.
Okay, so in simple terms, it's like that email file or scan file, you can send it to any employer, any university, any maybe anywhere in abroad, so that you can give your details as far as certificates are concerned. So it's a easy process, and also it will give a major boost to Digital India campaign as well. So we took a couple of initiatives, but then we are running out on time, Mr. Tyagi. What more can we expect from your side? I mean, this is, yes, the beginning as far as Digital India is concerned about the certificates. We also have Digital Locker. What more is in the pipeline as far as your department is concerned? What new exclusive things can we expect soon, sir?
See, one of the Digital India's integral component is the Common Service Center, which are access points. So we are going to set up 250,000, one in every panchayat.
Okay.
These common services are very revolutionary. Man is operated by a local person, live in the same village, community accept him, and create almost a bouquet of services, both government to citizen and a B2C,
Okay.
which he can access. They are very vibrant. Today, these entrepreneurs, both men and women, actually doing a phenomenal job. And as everybody said, our Honorable Prime Minister's and our Minister's vision is that these access points should actually be a key integral component of Digital India to empower digital empowerment of citizen, and that's what is being done.
दिनेश जी, आप इस शो पर आए, आपने अपने विचार इस मंच से साझा किए और नेशनल एकेडमिक डिपॉजिटरी के बारे में तमाम जानकारियां दी। आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया इस शो पर जुड़ने के लिए। तो कहीं ना कहीं अगर आपके जो शैक्षिक रिकॉर्ड हैं, जो खासतौर पर आपके एजुकेशनल बैकग्राउंड से जुड़े हुए हैं, अब आपको भारी भरकम फाइल रखने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी अगले 3 महीनों में, क्योंकि वो आपको डिजिटली फॉर्म में उपस्थित या अवेलेबल हो जाएंगे, और जिससे आपका नौकरी लेना, कहीं ना कहीं किसी भी यूनिवर्सिटी में एडमिशन कराना, लोन लेना काफी आसान हो जाएगा। और यही एक बहुत सार्थक कदम है सरकार का डिजिटल क्रांति के रूप में।
Well, so the world is becoming digital. The world has already become digital. Now India is also becoming digital, and soon the gram panchayats, the villages will be soon be a reality when all these villages and the gram panchayats would be digital. And this Digital India initiative, and the best part of this National Academic Depository, that you can store all your certificates from school to college to any kind of other training that you have done into this digital format. So this is the best part as far as Digital India initiative is concerned.
बिल्कुल, तो आज के इस शो में बस इतना ही। आपसे सोमवार को मुलाकात होगी एक नए आर्थिक मुद्दे के साथ, उसे नया दृष्टिकोण देने के लिए। तब तक के लिए आप देखते रहिए DD न्यूज। बाकी अपडेट्स के लिए नमस्कार।